My name is Madeline Gock, and this is my multimodal teaching philosophy.
We all enter the classroom with our own stories, different backgrounds, cultures, and experiences. When we come together, we already read, write, and speak in many different modes. For example, we read facial expressions by combining our knowledge of the human face with memories of people making these facial expressions in different contexts. We read color by recognizing things from our lives we associate with that color and develop meaning. We also read body language, strength and speed and movement, or tone, tempo, and volume in sound. And when it comes to alphabetic texts, the words we read do not always show up in a book. We read text messages, notes, newspapers, magazines, brochures, calendars, grocery lists, and captions, to name a few. Our students come into the classroom with more than just basic literacies, the reading and writing of alphabetic texts. They walk into our classrooms with multi-literacies that have been formed through a world of mediums now available to us all in the digital age. With all of this taking place beyond the walls of our school buildings, why wouldn't we try to find a way to bring it in? I agree with Jason Palmieri that the human sensoria has expanded and intensified. Oral, visual, and tactile images have an immediacy, an intensity, a simultaneity about them that words strung out one after another on a page can hardly achieve. If you think about it this way, the acts of reading and writing serve as portals to someone else's emotions, experiences, thoughts, knowledge. When books and pen-to-paper writing are the only mediums that students have access to, we disconnect with so many, losing them in the words bound to the page or the thoughts they are unable to express with words alone. After all, students all have different strengths when it comes to processing information, as well as generating it. And they can generate it, though when we only deal with alphabetic texts, we never truly know the extent to which they can create. Beyond being critically minded consumers of existing knowledge, students are also extremely capable, critically minded producers of new knowledge. Thanks, Shipka. However, we can only access this new knowledge if we give students the opportunity to show us. We have to widen the portal, or rather, create many new portals for everyone to access. In my class, students read alphabetic texts like novels, short stories, and poetry, but we also read songs, movie trailers, photos, emojis, and speeches, among many other things. Students write magazine interviews to step into characters' shoes and answer questions from their perspective, then compose a magazine to hold these interviews. Students create tableaus to demonstrate an understanding of action sequences in texts, and usually gain more comprehension in the process. Students act in trials as characters, craft newscasts, scrapbook pages, how-to videos, comic books, and more. This isn't to say that alphabetic texts are out the window. When students get the chance to develop their ideas and understanding through multimodality, their reading and writing of alphabetic texts becomes stronger, has added dimension and consideration. Students go from composing with an attention to concept, purpose, audience, and effectiveness, as well as being graded on these criteria, to then reading and writing alphabetic texts with these in mind. After 4 months of learning through multimodality, reading levels in my classroom increased for 98% of my students, with 25% of them reaching their grade level benchmark. We started with 3% at benchmark. Multimodality not only helps students reading and writing, but it contributes to a classroom environment characterized by openness, willingness, and community. Students develop academically, sure, but also as people who are able to express themselves through movement, speech, and writing.